Thank you, everybody. Here we go. Let's see what we're going to be talking about today, if I can close this. There we go. So welcome. Meetings being recorded, so you can review it again in YouTube in the future. And what works is today's just the beginning. With every topic and issue, we encourage you to contact us with any follow-up questions, anything at all. That's how we learn, and there's no cost to you. It's part of your benefits. So call the shop here at Mom's Computer. Today's important. Today's our tech class graduation roll call. And first of all, it's a big thank you for all of our attendees that come all year long. We're going on 6, 7 years now. It's a club as much as a tech class. So we thank all of you, but we have 2 standout people here, and they're going to get their certificate, and they'll get a personal thank you from Miss Moore, last year's valedictorian, as she passes the torch to the next generation. We had a class member question. We always like to start with a class member question that comes in between classes. You are welcome to do that. We invite you to send us questions so we can speak about them more globally. And the question is, and it's real, how do we hide our home locations or pictures of inside of the house from predators online? What if they're on Google Maps, I think this refers to, or Redfin, or Zillow? And there are ways to do that, and we'll address that. Little AI update. AI gets better every time. We've written letters with here, made stories, written condolence cards and welcome cards, and done it in voices that we couldn't do just with our own pen. And now you can actually paint a little picture. You can create an image that you can then use just by your voice. You can describe it, and we'll do that. I did one earlier, and I was sort of amazed. We will do an end-of-the-year tech cleanup checklist, and it will be a lot about your Wi-Fi and your cell phone. Those are living, breathing utilities that you use, and they need to be addressed from checking the bill to checking the phone. You could be traveling this holiday season. We sure hope you do. How do you use Wi-Fi at the airport, at somebody's house you're visiting, at a hotel, resort, wherever you go? How do you use that safely? And how can you make sure you remove it from your phone after it's done when you're back home? Next up was a question from the group. If you're traveling, communications is important, and we know that your basic text on your phone could stop at the border, or we travel to Europe, overseas, Asia. So what is WhatsApp or Viber? Essentially, these are apps you can download. If somebody else has that, ooh, let's listen in the background. If somebody else has that app, you can communicate them with your phone, if your phone is connected to internet anywhere. You don't have to have regular phone service. Your phone could still have a great strong way to communicate.
We'll try to figure out how I can make it louder.
Hold on a second. Let me see what I can do here, folks. I think we can.
He's talking.
There we go.
Yeah, it's Leon Prince who was mic was open.
I saw that. Hey, Carmen Hawkins.
Hi there. How are you?
Carmen, in her great adventures, landed at the end of the year in Mom's tech class. So we'll talk about some of those apps, which are good. WhatsApp is a popular one. Maybe many of you know about it. Of course, holiday scams. You just got through political season scams. Do not be on the lookout for holiday scams. And don't think that they're not going to come in January as well. That's when they're going to need the most money. We are going to talk about a powerful Google app, a place where you can put all your holiday pictures, all the get-togethers. Hold on, I can do this too here. See? Look how powerful. By the way, you see the power I have? I can mute you, do anything I want to you as a guest here in our meeting. That's what your email provider has over you, or Amazon, or everybody else. We are really we have no idea of what the back end person in charge can actually do with the information they get. Holiday season, keep your tech clean. We'll get this one right out of the way. It is cold and flu season. That phone goes everywhere. So make sure you clean your hands and you clean those phones. I use a small tissue and a very light spray of just some warm water, and I go in one direction. The idea is to get the oils from your fingers or the pizza that you had off of the phone. We'll talk about some telemedicine, and then we'll have our tech Jeopardy. I have some tough questions. You're all big winners. So we are going to stop right here. And the first thing we're going to do is let's have our graduation ceremony. For the year of 2024, these 2 attendees showed fortitude. They didn't click any links they weren't supposed to. They didn't scam. They didn't give in to the urge to click on that phone number you don't know on the phone. And they've been coming to class. Linda Wilson. Linda Wilson is a graduate of 2024. Watson. Watson did not put one bad thing. Even dropped his phone and ordered it through. She could send an email and say, you're going to have a copy of getting that person. That, everybody, let's congratulate our tech class winners. You can be a tech class winners. They will each get a $20 Starbucks or Amazon gift card.
Congratulations, everyone.
Hold on, I've got to turn off my graduate. David will go on. So we've talked about AI. It's really changing. Who's used it? Who's gone to ChatGPT or Google Gemini? It's a real, Peter, you have. Peter, unmute yourself. What have you used it for?
Well, I use the AI apps for advice. It's better than therapy.
So you've asked it like personal question, like, all right.
Yeah, no, I have this situation in detail. What do you recommend? Or
it's powerful. So we've done that.
And I evaluate it, but I got various AI apps like Claude, Gemini, Chat GPT.
So let's talk about Peter's talking about. ChatGPT is perhaps the most powerful one. And it looks like this. And it can hurt you to play with it. You see that logo over there, that OpenAI logo? That's ChatGPT. And you can click on it and you can try ChatGPT. When you try it, it looks something like this. And there's a story behind this picture. And there's a message. So when Peter writes in, you could say, I can't go out for a week and I am a bit bored. What can I do? Bit Byard. I think it'll understand. And so it's, at a basic level, it's giving Peter some advice on things to do because he's stuck home for a week. And you can even be deeper like that. I have my neighbor. My neighbor plays music loud, and they scare me. So I don't want to talk to them. What should I do? Let's see what it says. Or if it says grab a baseball bat, ignore the answer. Document the noise. Maybe write an anonymous note. If it's a building, speak to building management. Look at noise policies. See if you have anything that you can use. And of course, the wisest thing is to escalate carefully and slowly. We've asked it to tell a story. Okay, write a short poem about a senior tech class online from City of LA retirees that save America from zombies. Something wacky and out there. And it's pretty fast. It's called Defenders of the Digital Age. And it's got a little story here. In the virtual room, the seniors unite, city retirees armed with tech might, laptops aglow, their wisdom burns bright, preparing for battles in the digital night. So these kind of things could work. You could write a normal letter. We did this more. You could please write a letter to my dentist and tell them I wasn't happy with the service on our last visit and what can I do next. But something's grown from here. You can now create an image. So for example, earlier today, I asked it a question. I said, make a picture of Santa Claus eating a burrito, because I'm hungry, and texting at the same time. And it made a picture of Santa Claus eating a burrito and texting. So you could be more pragmatic, so we can ask it to write it and make a picture of any suggestions? Make a picture of.
Put a teddy bear in there.
Make a picture of a teddy bear that is filing away papers in an office on Christmas Eve, 1982. All right, let's see if we can make a picture. And if it looks like the quality of the imagery is a 1982 photograph and not your cell phone. Here we go. The suspense is killing us. It could get it terribly wrong and I could be embarrassed. All right, so there we have a teddy bear at work in his office on Christmas Eve. Filing. He's not really filing away papers. He's typing. You didn't really get that. He's not at a cabinet. But I think you all get the chart. I think you all get the. Moving on to the second part. Let's say Linda's phone is 3 years old. It's a fine phone. It's 85%. That's all the charge you need. You can buy a portable battery pack. Who has a portable battery pack? Let me show you one. Great Christmas stocking stuffer, by the way. Great Christmas stocking stuffer. So there's the concept of a little one. It's a portable charger. You can see about the size of it there. It has all the cords necessary to charge either an Android or an Apple, depending on those charging ports.
Hey, Elijah, we just got one, and it also has solar
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing.
solar charger.
Yeah, you put it under the sun. So it just plugs in. And it says here, let's see. These are the different ones. Sometimes it says the amount of charges, but you can get a good 15, 20 charges on these. So yeah, they have all sorts of things.
Do they hold charges a lot longer than the old ones did? Because it seemed like the old one, I would charge it, and then if I didn't use it, even if I did use it in one day, the charge was no good the next day. It wouldn't charge the next day.
The reality is these are batteries that are shipped in from far away. So they'll last 6 months. Hey, Uma, they'll last 6 months. They die out. They don't. You can't save them for 3 years or a long time, right? And then expect them to work. They're batteries. They're physical batteries. So they're the concept of that. But I think they're lifesavers. And I had a phone. I did not want to go and buy a new phone and have to pay that little monthly on it every month. And I held on. I held on as long as I could. And even when the battery would burn down as I was watching it. So I just put a portable battery pack and I kept that plugged in all day. And that got me through. Now I have a new phone, and well, it's not so new, but I have a different phone. But I kept that battery pack, and it sort of became my phone's battery, the side battery. So the next part of your phone is your bill. Who knows who their phone provider is? Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T. Who knows who these people are? Do you know the name of your phone provider, as opposed to the cable provider in your house?
Mine is T-Mobile.
That's one.
Verizon.
Mine is Cricket.
Right? There's a bunch of different ones. Now, if I was to ask you what your account number is for that, right? I know. Look, there you go, Pat. Oh my God, Pat. You were in the running for valedictorian, but it was an answer like that scared us. So, but it's hard to find, and often when you call the number, they'll say, "What's your PIN?" Because that's on your bill. That's on your bill. So it's another piece of good Christmas time homework, and when you get that, it usually comes to me after New Year's. I wake up wanting to make my life right. So I clean everything up, I throw away all the old papers. So that would be something to find. If you can get a current copy, if you can go online, and physically have a copy of your phone, your cellular bill, of course your others as well, that would be a good thing to have on physical file, to know that. And the reason is, my big thing is, we all know you pick up your bill and there's 27 little charges on there. Universal, federal checks. But what if there's a charge in there that says Netflix 39 cents? Or you bought the Super Bowl and you paid for the Super Bowl package from Fox and it was $12.99, a one-time charge. And you'll pay that, you'll never know it's on there. So if you go look at your cell bill, you study, you're getting what you're paying for, you make sure they haven't added anything additional on there. Sometimes you get a new phone or you get better service and they pop something on there for 6 months for free that you never use. Get a free subscription to Hulu with your new phone. And then the minute the subscription that they give you runs out, you start getting charged. Now, you're not putting your credit card in there. The Hulu subscription is going on your phone bill, like Verizon and Hulu are connected, T-Mobile and Hulu are connected. So it's pretty important to know that information. Now, if you wanted to take that information, take it one step further and see if there are any discounts, any way to whittle that down. You're seniors after all. On your phone, you can dial 611. That's how you get, in the old days, it was the operator. Remember Zero, Lily Tomlin, with the thing. So now it's 611. That's how you can speak to your phone provider directly. And I think that's an important thing for you to do. Same thing goes for your Wi-Fi. Who pays their Wi-Fi bill at home? Somebody's paying their Wi-Fi bill at home. Whether you're Charter, Frontier, Spectrum, AT&T, wherever you are, check that bill. There's something fun on that bill that you can do to really watch yourself. And let me show you something right now. When you buy Wi-Fi, you're paying for a certain speed, an amount of Wi-Fi you're getting, right? If you're still running a business and you need faster Wi-Fi, then you need faster Wi-Fi, or if you've got a basic Wi-Fi. So that speed will be on your bill. I am paying for, Belinda, who's your Wi-Fi provider? What's the name down there of the company?
Who you ask?
Xfinity.
Xfinity's a huge one. That's up there with the big providers. So let's say, you get your Xfinity bill and you have the platinum package 139. And it says you get 100 megabytes per second download speed. And that's what you're paying, your 39, 49, 59, whatever you're paying for your bill. You can check that. And everybody can do this on their computer. Sort of
I
fun.
check mine every month anyway, because too many companies are just scam themselves.
There you go. So I'm going to go to my browser. I'm going to go to Google Chrome in this case. And I'm going to go to this website. Very important. It's this website. Speedtest.net. I'll leave it up there a little bit. Speedtest, one word, .net. Speedtest.net. And then I'm going to go to that website. And it'll look like this. So I'm in my shop. Let's see what I'm paying Spectrum. You see, my provider is Spectrum. So I'm going to go measure it right now. It's going to go see if I'm getting what I'm paying for. Oh, I'm getting some good speeds here. So this is sort of some math and science language right here in the world of internet and measurements. I'll explain that in a moment. Oh, I am jamming. I have 500 and that's pretty darn fast. And then I have upload. And I'm going to explain the difference. It took me a while to wrap my brain around what these differences mean, if you're ever investigating any Wi-Fi issues. So I am paying Spectrum for about 625 megabytes per second of download speed. So think of download like this. When you get an email, it's download. It's coming from somewhere else to you. When you watch something, me right now, it's downloading to you. When you go to watch YouTube, it's downloading to you. So that's more. You need faster. When you upload, that's when you're sending an email, you're sending a video, you're communicating outwards, like when I see you and communicate with you now on Zoom. The upload's always going to be smaller, unless you're a business and you're sending out a lot of things. And the download's going to be faster. And that costs you nothing to check. And this way you can keep an eye on your bill, and you can match that up and see what you're getting, if you're getting what you're paid for.
Just
I
curious.
check my bills every month, my T-Mobile and my landline.
Wonderful.
My charge never change. When it change, I pay even closer attention. But what gets me is all the tax and fees breakdown.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
The different taxes that you're paying and all of that. That's what gets me. But my bill never changed as far as the price with my landline, because I refuse to take and pay the bill online. Well, I was already paying $1 for the hard copy. So with my landline, now they made it $2 since I will not pay the bill online. And I don't mind paying the $2 because I don't want to pay the bill online.
I threatened Verizon. I said, if you don't do something with my bill, I'm going to get 2 tin cans and run a string across to my neighbors, and I'm going to talk that way.
What does it mean, change server?
Where do you see, what do you mean, change
On your
service?
test?
What's that? Oh, no, if I had multiple Wi-Fi streams coming into my office, David, I could check all of them, right? Like some shops have Wi-Fi. Oh, you've been to a business and you see 5 different Wi-Fi addresses come up on your phone if you're trying to sign in. I could check each one of those independently. We're going to take a little moment, and we're going to talk about something we're going to talk about more in the new year. Number one is we have created a class password saver.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What did you say?
We actually have in class a class password saver. It's a
Oh.
password saver that you could fill in manually and save. And many people have asked for it over the, let me see if I can find it, password saver. And if anybody needs a password saver, which is a sheet that has a line that says account, username, password, and date, please let us know. Put something in the chat, and Dusty will get us the information. We can email a password saver to you. But that's going to be a big topic in the new year. Passwords are saving. We know now you can use your finger. By the way, for a little holiday joy, when you use your finger or you uses your iris or your face to sign into your phone or your computer, what is that called now? What is the name of that sign?
Biometric.
Peter goes for the gold. It's biometric. They are measuring your biology in some way, shape, size, whatever they do. It's biometric. That's going to go on further and further. So passwords are a good thing to do. Here's another winter project for you. Get that old password list, the crumpled up pages with all the crossouts and everything, and start getting some fresh sheets of paper and organizing them from Apple to Zoom. So Apple, Amazon, through all of your personal stuff, all the way to Zoom. And just write the name of the account. And then as you go through the next beginning of the year and you get confused or you get wrapped up and you lose a password, you have that guide, you have that cipher to write something next to. Yes, my Kookie.com account username was David R123. I thought it was my email. And then you can get the password. You can begin to organize those. And then we can put them in an order that makes sense. Because there's a lot of accounts out there. You don't really have that stuff floating in the wind. Because everything you've ever done on this computer is out there somewhere. Making things really safe. I'm loving my little patch here on my glasses, actually. You see that? Who's seen the AI glasses, by the way? The Ray-Bans, the AI Ray-Bans. Will do, Peter. Oh my, and they're amazing. And let's digression.
Is that the one that has a closed captioning in the glass?
It has in the phone, right here, there's like a little computer. So the phone has different messages. It talks to you, it listens to you, you can text through it, you can play the radio. Let me show you this. If they made different glasses, I would buy it. So let's go over here. Meta glasses. So they're by Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban is the one partnering. It's Apple. Meta is the people that supply the AI. So can you see over here the camera on both sides?
Yeah.
There's a little camera, and that camera can be recording for you as you walk through life.
Wow.
Right. In the side, it also has a speaker. And it has the camera, it has AI attached. So it can tell you things. You can tap it. It can give you directions. So who's ever used Google Maps and you're walking down the street and you can't tell if you make a right or left because the corner goes weird. This phone will say, okay, make a right now, you're at the stop sign. Make a left now, there's a post box. It has speakers so you could be listening to a lecture. And they charge by putting them in your phone case. The phone case plugs in and the phone case becomes the charger. Different colors. They're sort of cool. They're sort of amazing. I want one. I played with them. They're really, really good. They're really, really good.
How much they cost?
$2.99.
$2.99? Is that what they cost? $2.99?
I just saw the price.
Yeah, $2.99. All right, here we are, tech questions. Now, we have been secretly planting AI in your computers and your phones. So when we do our tech questions, if you Google the answer or you ChatGPT answer, we are going to find out. And here's the punishment. If, let's say, we find out that Peggy Buck has Googled the answer, Peggy Buck then has to go back to work on January 2nd at the city. Okay? And by the way, Peggy, you don't get the parking space back or the seat in the van pool. And we empty the fridges on Friday. So so let's not Google that, but if you do want to Google it, I do appreciate your creative efforts. Are you ready, everybody? Our final tech trivia for the year. We have another one in January, and here we go. Let's share the screen. All right. Here we go. Tech trivia. What year was the pre-lit artificial Christmas tree first sold, and what store? So, you can buy an artificial tree, and now it has the lights. You just bring it home and you plug it in, and there it is. We usually do really old stuff. What year? So let's put your answers in the chat. When do you think you could first go to one of your stores? Maybe it was a Sears Roebuck, Montgomery Ward, or even a later store, something we go to now. And there was a tree pre-strung with Christmas lights. It happened in your lifetime. You weren't born. This wasn't happening. So let's begin our chat answers. Do 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 do. All right, answers have stopped. No more bidding, and the answer is 1991. Target stores.
Wow.